Welcome back to the Midterm Rental Mastery Show. My name is Tanisha Epps. I am a real estate investor and entrepreneur based in Virginia, and this show is all about midterm rentals and the people who operate them, including myself. So on today's show, we're going to take a deep dive into the first of a series that I'll be doing on the platform Furnished Finder. Not to be confused with adding an S. It is not Furnished Finders, it's Furnished Finder. Furnished Finder is where many MTR operators go to check out a market for midterm rentals, and also where travelers go to find housing. Many of those travelers that use Furnished Finder are travel medical professionals. I am not being paid by Furnished Finder to do this. I just know the site pretty well, and I wanted to share some things that I've learned about the site that hopefully will help you get started in your MTR journey. So today, we're going to look through the site from a research perspective to see what's happening in your market according to Furnished Finder. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take a look at the Furnished Finder website. So first, you'll see the website here is furnishedfinder.com. And again, we're going to look at this today from a perspective of research, but let's do a really quick jump through like this first page of the site. So again, Furnished Finder is for monthly furnished rentals, and you'll see where it says for travel nurses and other traveling professionals. So you've got furnished apartments, homes, condos, and other midterm rentals. So again, you can see that this is designed for what we're looking for, midterm rentals, which is over 30-day stays. So you'll see some varying information here. Travel nurse housing demand, which we're going to come and look at here in just a minute. They've got a stipend calculator, which we'll go over at a different time. We've got a section here for reviews, how the site works, their key check, tenant screening, etc. Okay, but what we're going to look at is we're going to go here to, first we're going to click on property owners. So this is where you can go, and if you want to sign up with Furnished Finder, you can. It costs $99 a month as of today's recording. I don't work for them, so I cannot tell you what their prices may change to. But you'll see some various things here. Now, I do want to point out, excuse me. So the section here about traffic and calling Furnished Finder, if you call them, they're going to give you the same information that I'm going to show you today. So unless you just want to call, totally your choice. You don't need to, because it's the same information that they're going to be pulling from this website. And you'll see that there's some various things here about the process for using Furnished Finder, to list your property, connecting with travelers, negotiating your terms, and confirm bookings with different people. And you'll also see here on the site where Furnished Finder is displayed across multiple other platforms, not just this one. So we're going to go to resources, and we're going to go to property owner resources. So here on property owner resources, you see you have free tenant screening. Now, the free tenant screening is free for you as the landlord. It is not free for the traveler, okay? You can sign up with KeyCheck and get leases. They have a nice ebook, avoiding scams, preparing for your rental, checking demand, which again, we're gonna look at here in just a minute. Then they have some various things on the site as well. So today we're gonna look at the checking the travel nurse housing demand in your area. Again, Furnished Finder, geared toward travel medical professionals. They say travel nurse, I say medical professionals, because there's a wide range of people that travel that are not just nurses in the medical profession, okay? So I'm just gonna pick a random market today. I'm gonna pick Kansas City, Missouri. Now here's a weird thing about this site, okay? If you type this in and nothing pops down at the bottom, it's not probably gonna work. So this is likely gonna turn red, but we'll see what happens. I agree to Furnished Finder terms, which that is brand new, by the way, and we're going to hit stats. So do you see where it turned red? Because it's not validating the location. So no matter what you do, if you try to type it in, it's going to stay red. So I'm going to refresh. I've learned this in my kind of, playing around with the site. So now if I hit refresh, it will fix the screen. So if you ever run into that as a problem, there you go. So I'm going to go with Kansas City, Missouri, just because that just popped in my head, so we're going to go Kansas City. So we'll click on View Stats. Now what you see is this is generating data based off of results that are happening on the Furnished Finder site. Again, they are not pulling from other resources. These are strictly from the Furnished Finder page. So we'll see travel nurse housing demand for Kansas City, Missouri. And this automatically defaults to 10 miles. This also is an automatic default on the side of the traveler when they're actually looking. So if you want to expand this, you can, and see the other cities that you're going to get and how the housing demand changes. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to 10 miles just for ease of data for Kansas City, Missouri. So the first thing we have here is map searches and housing requests. This is people who actually went on and clicked on the traveler side looking for searches on this website for this particular area, and also people who put in housing requests. So this is for somebody that actually went through the process on the Furnished Finder site to put in an inquiry for housing. So you can see in the last 12 months, Furnished Finder is saying that in these areas, within 10 miles of what we put in as a city for Kansas City, Missouri, that the demand requests were 54,000, okay? And then you have map and property listing page views at 277,000. This number does not mean that people were actually looking to book a place. It just means somebody went on the site and reviewed. So honestly, if I go look on this site and I put in Kansas City, this number will probably go up because I am actually looking at information on this page. So that's the difference between these two sections. So now if we go down, you'll get some extra data here from Furnished Finder. So it tells you that Kansas City ranks number 2 in the state of Missouri for the information that they have available. Again, all of this is coming directly from Furnished Finder from people who are using the site. So now what we're going to look at is the next section that talks about the rental requests and kind of the breakdown of what people are looking for when they're going on this site and actually requesting housing and doing their searches. So you can see Kansas City on the Furnished Finder site and their network connections has 596 rentals on their site that are available for rent. Now that may be available right now or just a total of what's been on their platform based on the city of Kansas City, Missouri. So then it gives you a breakdown of how many are actual rooms, how many are private units. We've got 512, which means that is an entire house by itself. The rooms are a room in someone's home or something of that sort. And then the whole house could be an apartment or it could be a condo, single family home, etc. And then you have 8 hotels that are listed in the Kansas City area. So now we're going to look at the breakdown in pricing. So you can see for a whole home or a whole property where they don't have to share the space with anyone else, the majority of those are 37% of the amount that's shown for that 512. $1,500 to $2,000 range is the price range. And then you can see at 21%, you have $2,000 to $2,500. 26% of all of the number that's listed on the Furnished Finder site for whole houses is in this greater than 2,500 range. So you can see the breakdown. You can click over it and see what the breakdown of numbers is. So then you have for private rooms, for people looking for a room, if you have a room in your home that you're looking to rent, maybe do a house hack. Or if you have a whole home, but you're renting by the room, you could use this site as well. So 70% of people in the Kansas City area, according to Furnished Finder, are looking for places that are less than $1,000. This number can help you in your research as you're trying to determine, based on the Furnished Finder site, what should I be using as a gauge for my particular property. So again, let's say you have a single family home and you have a 3-bedroom home, but you're going to rent by the room. According to Furnished Finder, the people who are looking to rent by the room are willing to pay less than $1,000. Now, you don't know what that price range is because less than $1,000 could be $500. It could be $999. That would be dependent on your market, and you would want to do some additional research on what people are listing their properties for, which we'll actually do in another episode. But again, if that's where your starting range is, let's say you have a 3-bedroom house and people are looking to rent, let's say $800 a month. Well, if you've got 3 people at $800 a month, think about how much money you're making, right? So then if you're comparing your PITI, your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, or if you're doing an arbitrage where you're renting a property from someone else, and then you are responsible for getting people in there, managing it, the furnishings, etc., now you have an idea, if this is your target market, what you may be able to rent your property for. Now, I don't take Furnished Finder as the end-all be-all, but I think it's a great start as a research tool. And then you've got some additional information here at the bottom of the page for travel nurse specialties. And some of the sites, depending on the state, have an added bonus here to tell you some of the most popular hospitals, etc. I have not seen it on a lot of sites right now, so maybe it's actually coming soon. And then here's just the bottom of the page. So again, this is a great place to start based on demand for your area. If you're looking to travel, to target travel medical professionals especially, this is a great place to get an idea of where to get started. So I wanted to just take some time to kind of share that information with you about the Furnished Finder site, about doing research as a landlord, and how you can start to gauge your market and pricing. So on the next episode, we're going to go through looking at some listings in the same market, so that way we stay consistent on what you're looking to price your property at, also how you should use that as a comparison as far as your property is concerned for furnishings, and what you want to make yours look like to either compare or stand out to other people. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am doing my best to get back to all questions, and we're going to continue this series next week. And I really appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel for notifications and to keep the content going.